Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Ramadan Radio Wolverhampton. For the third year running, your community radio is back to unite and empower the residents of Wolverhampton and worldwide. Now you are tuned into Loose Sisters, the first show of 2022, and I'm your host, Alvina Ali. Now, firstly, I would like to say a big thank you to you, the listeners, and my panel guests over the years for making Loose Sisters the most listened to show in Ramadan 2021. And guess what? It ranked in the top 5 as well. Alhamdulillah. Loose Sisters is back for the third year every Wednesday night from 6 p.m. till 7:30 p.m. during Ramadan. So to tune in, we have a number of ways for you to listen in. So that's 87.8 FM. Or online, it's ramadanradiowolves.com. Or you can download the app on the iPhone or Android. And guess what? You can listen via Alexa as well. All you have to do is say Ramadan Radio Wolverhampton. It's as simple as that. And for most of you who are on social media, you can watch us on Facebook and YouTube as well. So please, we do recommend that you do share, you do promote, and you give us a like as well. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as Ramadan Radio Wolves. And on Twitter, it will be Ramadan Wolves. So keep supporting your local community radio, and we don't stop there. If you would like to take part in the show or any discussions, feel free to give us a ring on our studio number, which is 01902 972 150, or drop us a WhatsApp on 07440 420 432. Now that the formalities are over, let's crack on with the show. So settle back and settle in for more of Loose Sisters. Now joining me on the panel will be one loose sister, Iram Iqbal. She's just walking in, and we have one loose brother by the name of Khalid Akhtar. And I have to say, Rosina, get well soon. She was supposed to be on the panel, but I'm sure she's tuned in. So this is where we will be talking all things news, views, gossip, and putting prominent people into the spotlight in Wolverhampton. So, loose sister and brother, please can you introduce yourselves and tell us a bit about yourselves? I'll start off with Khalid.
My name is Khalid Akhtar. I'm very young, not old at all. Been born and bred in Wolverhampton. Was a DJ, still I'm a radio presenter. I work in a prison. That's my full-time job. Look after very naughty people.
I like that, naughty people.
Married, lovely wife Adila, and 2 children.
Lovely. Thank you, Khalid. And I'm going to move over to Iram.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I'm Iram. I'm originally from India. I've moved over for about almost 20 years now. I'm a housewife with 2 children, and had a tough time during the COVID season.
Mm-hmm.
But alhamdulillah, it's all over now. Professionally, I am from an IT background. I'm an IT project manager, working with the public sector. I've worked for NHS IT program for 10 years, and I'm now currently working for the Department of Education. So that's a bit about myself.
All right. Okay. Thank you. And we will be talking about women and IT very shortly. But just for our listeners, just to let you know what's coming up in today's show, we will be discussing the pandemic or the endemic. Which one is it? Britain Loves Cake. We've got Asian Music Radio and a campaign which Khalid will be talking about alongside myself. And like I said to Iram, we will be talking about women in IT. And what better person to have in the studio today? And if we can, we will squeeze in a bit of in other news segment as well. Now, panel, are you ready for a bit of gossip, a bit of giggling and a debate live on Loose Sisters for the next hour or so?
Yes.
Oh, you sound so enthusiastic, all of you do.
Definitely. I'm a weird loose sister, though, aren't I?
No, well, you're a loose brother. That's how I've introduced you, Khalid. Right. So, after a sharp shock of Omicron variant of COVID, which obviously moved at lightning speed in less than 3 months, Omicron had spread around the world, causing a record peak in cases in many places and declined just as quickly. So, panel, is it safe to say, or is it that the pandemic phase of COVID-19 looks to be ending for most locations unless significant and severe new variant suddenly pops up? What do you think?
Personally, I don't think it's gone away. It's still there. I mean, last week we had, I think, 4 million cases. And this is after the government's told us that we could stop wearing masks. We could go into theatres, cinemas. So, yeah, personally, I don't think it's gone away yet. It's still here. And we've got to be very careful.
Right. And are you boosted?
Yeah, I've got 3 of my jabs. I think I'm due my 4th one soon.
Right.
Touch wood, I haven't had COVID. Me and my daughter are the only ones who haven't had COVID in the house. My son, my wife have. But yeah, I get tested every day at work. So before I go into prison, they check us, they test us. I get one full test, the PCR test.
Yeah.
And then I have 5 the smaller tests. So yeah, I'll get fully tested. So even though I've got a cold at the moment, don't worry.
Yeah.
It's not COVID. It is definitely a cold.
Right. Okay. We believe you, Khalid. Iram.
Yeah, well, virus is a very known term in IT, to be honest. And when they started speaking about coronavirus, it was interesting because usually we were always worried about our IT systems, but now this time it was, wow, another live virus. It's very tiny, microscopic, something which we can't see. Brought us to a standstill. I think the vaccination has definitely helped, both psychologically and also, bringing about that although we have more than 4 million cases, the mortality rate is pretty low, which is what I think was the main aim, because virus, and one of the key reasons, not going into the science of it, but the reason why virus is more dangerous is because you can't have a cure for it.
Yeah.
You have to, it evolves more fast than you can cure it. So I think, like you've said, yes, it's not gone. It's never going to go. But I think it's been a very different interaction for us seeing a live virus.
Right. Okay.
Actually, in Shanghai, because China, that's where it started. I read some news this week that in Shanghai they've got robot dogs walking around the streets, sending out messages.
Wow.
Wear masks, stay indoors, because it's really thrive in Shanghai at the moment. So yeah, it's with us. I think it's gonna stay with us for life now.
Okay, Iram, can you face the mic towards yourself and talk into it, please? Because just got a message saying they can't hear you.
Oh.
So just talk right into the mic.
Right, sure.
Pretend it's an ice cream.
Just don't lick it.
Yeah, with the fast. Right, okay. Now, obviously, we've all been dosed up. We've all been vaccinated. The boosters are carrying on every 3 months, or is it every 4 months? I'm not sure which way around it is.
It's when the government says
that you got to be jabbed.
Yeah.
Okay, and
I think it goes through like stages. If you're vulnerable, you get jabbed first. Then it comes down to age groups. So obviously, I'm the last one to get jabbed all the time.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
Last one to get jabbed. Right, okay. So as we know, more cases are propping up, but to be honest, there's fewer hospitalizations as well. So during this wave, which is good news. But what I've noticed is that when I'm out and about, people have stopped wearing masks, and people are thinking we're back to normal again. What about your thoughts on this? Because obviously the government's still saying that if you're in a busy place, you need to wear your masks. If you're travelling on transport, you need to wear your masks. But when you go into the shopping malls, no one's wearing a mask.
Well, the government keeps on changing its mind, doesn't it? Because it's confusing the public. Once they're saying, you don't have to wear masks, but then we're saying we should be wearing masks. They keep on changing their minds. So I think the public themselves are that confused what the rules are. I mean, I think the rules now are you don't have to wear a mask. But if you wear a mask, you do it on your own accord just for your safety.
Yeah. Right, I've got some interesting figures which I sort of dug up. This is all about the testing in Wolverhampton and the cases in Wolverhampton. Now, it's been confirmed that a confirmed case is someone who has tested positive for coronavirus, which we all know. But between the 26th of March 2022 and the 1st of April 2022, 1,684 people had a confirmed positive test result. Now, this shows an increase of 7.1 degrees compared to the previous 7 days. Now, the vaccinations in Wolverhampton. Now, vaccinations are currently given in 3 doses, as we know. And it says that 185,663 people have actually been given the first dose by the end of the 31st of March 2022. And by the end of March 2022, again, the second dose, we've got a figure of 172,087 people. And also the booster by the end of March is 121,464. So what would you say to people? How would you encourage them to take up a vaccination? Because there's loads of people still out there who are not being vaccinated for some reason. Most are saying
conspiracy theory.
Yes,
that's what they're saying.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Ladies first.
Thank you.
What a gentleman.
See, I mean, this is something which has been from the very start a contentious area. People have been all over the world, I think, in the neighborhood as well, that they have been wary about this vaccine because there's not been enough testing and all that. I think being Muslims, I feel we should be even more. We should have faith, and we should. I mean, this is a way of preventing it. And if you look at the studies, it's definitely shown that it has had an impact. So right now, I mean, now the numbers also back up the result that yes, it's worth going for. And for people who think, who have all these various theories, I mean, it's difficult to answer each and every one. But if we put it in facts and figures, you might just walk on the road and be hit by a truck. And so that's one thing. And obviously, a lot of people have taken it. So, it shows that, it's got results. And prevention is always better than cure.
It is. I'm going to ask you to put your mic right in, this bit, yeah? Because I've still got a message. That is better, Ira.
Okay.
I can hear you loud and clear.
I'm glad people are eager to hear me.
Yeah, well, they are. I mean, we've got good listeners out there and they always tell us anyway. But this is live radio, isn't it? Right. Okay. Deaths in Wolverhampton. Between the 26th of March 2022 and 1st of April 2022, there have been 2 deaths within 28 days of positive coronavirus tests. Now, this shows an increase of 100% compared to the previous 7 days. So, pandemic or endemic? What is it to be, on a final note from both of you?
Personally, pandemic.
Okay, Imran?
Same. I would concur on that.
Okay, right. Okay, so hopefully, pandemic or endemic, the next 10 months, we don't know. Eliminating the disease is not feasible for any country with open borders. Now, prospects for the rest of the year and beyond hinge on questions of whether and when future variants will emerge. As long as Omicron remains a dominant variant, there is reason for relative optimism. Omicron remains the dominant variant. It represents a continuation of the transition towards managing COVID-19 as an endemic disease that is already underway in many locations. So with Omicron as a dominant variant, the pandemic phase will feel like it is over for more and more people, though certainly not at all. So just as the risk of flu is considered normal, so too might the risk of COVID-19. Now, England plans to end the isolation requirement for those testing positive and is ending free asymptomatic testing as well. Now, a new variant may yet trigger another chapter in the COVID-19 pandemic, and societies must be prepared to respond if and when that happens. But for now, the pandemic phase looks to be ending. So let's take some common sense steps again, guys, and let's keep safe and well this spring. So here are 3 simple steps for you to take. Again, if you haven't, get your vaccination. And also parents and carers from the ages of, especially children, 5 to 11-year-olds can now book a COVID. I think you touched on that, Khalid, as well. And most appointments, again, for this age group are available outside of school hours at vaccination centres and pharmacies. So please do contact your nearest centre, and also consider wearing a face covering in busy spaces as well. And last thing, continue washing your hands as well. So that is over, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go over and remind you exactly how you can stay in touch and get involved as well. So if you want to give us a ring, give us a call on 01902 972 150 or WhatsApp us on 07 440 420 432. So let's go on. And again, Khalid, I was saying to you that home baking is on the rise. And I suppose we've got to thank lockdown for this, haven't we? Because I think everyone literally went on the bandwagon, didn't they? So did you?
I actually, if you know me, I don't cook. I don't clean. I don't cook. The wife does everything.
Okay.
But during last summer's lockdown, it was really hot, wasn't it? And we were also keeping fasts as well in the high of the heat.
Yeah.
So I decided to YouTube a few videos, and I thought, I'd surprise the family and I'd make a few cakes. And I think I made 3 cakes in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I'll say so myself, they were delicious. But yeah, it took me into a different zone. And I quite enjoyed it.
Did you?
But since then, I haven't made one.
Oh, God. Bring on coronavirus.
Because I've got a lovely sister-in-law.
Yes.
She makes cakes.
Give her a mention. Come on.
Yeah, her name's Uzma. If she's listening, she might ring in.
Oh, okay.
So let's see if she's listening.
I'd love to hear from her.
And she's got her own company, and I'm sure she'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And I've got my wife's niece. She's also a baker now. So I get delivered so much cake. That's why I'm this size. But yeah, I love cake.
Okay. Again, quarantine baking started off as a trend, but has become a lasting hobby for many, but obviously not for Khalid, because obviously he just...
I couldn't get any more flour, that's why, because there's no flour left on the shelves.
Yeah, I know. That was the main cause. I mean, ingredients, people were doing DIY as well, and you couldn't get anything. Even, did you experience anything, or did you try anything at home yourself?
Well, as Khalid just mentioned, wives are anyway cooking, so... And unfortunately, my husband, he was into the pandemic. He's an anesthetic consultant, so he was in the hospital. So I was just trying to make sure things are all well. So no, nothing, to be honest, nothing drastic. Yes, but it was a 3-time cooking.
No Indian sweets. Rasmalai, halwa.
Yeah, I mean that's
Gulab jamun.
That's normal, isn't it?
Not in my household. No.
No, so yeah, my family they get to taste all sorts of things. So yeah, but my daughter, she did take up a bit of baking, and it was a nice experience. Just getting the family together on that.
Yeah, I suppose during coronavirus, obviously the lockdown has led many people to bake at home for the first time for comfort and enjoyment. Khalid, you talked about that. So obviously some people were made from scratch, like our Khalid, who took on the baking trend as well. So most people, like I said, have been obviously baking during the coronavirus quarantine, but many people have never baked before, like our Khalid, as I'm going to say as well. And they're also testing their kitchen skills. Did you test anything else apart from just baking then, Khalid?
No, I just stuck to making 3 cakes. That's all I done.
Yeah.
And I didn't do the cleaning afterwards either. Because I made the cake.
Mm.
The rest of the family cleaned up. I did have some help from my son.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know, it's so difficult whisking without a whisker. You're probably watching me here. I really couldn't get into it. So he did give me a bit of a hand as well.
Okay, so again, for first-time bakers, did you get your families involved in baking over the quarantine period?
I think my family were that shocked. They were just stunned in the kitchen saying, what's he doing in the kitchen? But yeah, like I said, my wife and son did help. My daughters, like me, we try to keep away from the kitchen.
What about you, Iram? What about you and your family? Did you take on the trend as well?
Well, we were running short of flour, so
all right. So that was your excuse not to cook.
So, except for baking, we did everything. To be honest, that was one time where I actually explored all the different cuisines from India. And knowing India as a country, you can imagine across the subcontinent, it was massive. But it was interesting because every day we could explore different regions, and we could literally go from north to south, from east to west. And it was interesting. It was really interesting because I could use all my appliances in the kitchen, and I had all the possible utensils out and about. So yeah, but it was a good experience because I remember when the lockdown happened, Ramzan just started, and that month I was furloughed, so I really had a very good Ramadan, although it was furlough, but yes. So I think there were some good things coming out of the pandemic.
Yeah, I suppose baking is one of the ways actually to create memories and keep up, hopefully, the family traditions, Khalid.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I didn't hear what you said there.
Again, like you said, sharing recipes and sharing pictures. Did you do that on Instagram or?
Actually, yes, I did. I might actually find one in a bit and I'll show you. But I just got to say thank you so much to YouTube. It's one of the best inventions ever, for people like myself who don't know how to do anything. If you want to learn something, you could always look at YouTube, and they do step by step. So the amount of times I've went back, rewound the video just to make sure I was doing everything right.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much, YouTube.
Yeah, definitely. So again, I know the sharing of recipes and pictures of tasty results of your hard efforts in the kitchen is always a good way to connect with others and cake bakers. And again, like you said, thank you to YouTube as well. But I take it you won't be baking anymore then, Khalid?
No, it's too much hard work.
Iram?
I'm divided because there's so many nice bakers. Somebody has to do the tasting as well, isn't it? So
you're the taster then, hey? You're not the...
No, I'm trying to encourage my kids to do the baking.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we will be going back shortly into a break and we will continue with this topic. And if you do want to give us a call on 01902 972 150. Just seen a call drop if you want to try calling again, please. And also, you can text us on 07440 420 432. It's as simple as that. And coming up, we're going to surprise you with a couple more topics. And I've got a competition for all you bakers out there. It's a shame Rosina's not here, but we will talk to Rosina and we'll sort this out. But anyway, we're going for a break and we will catch you very shortly.
The death of a loved one is a very emotional and challenging time for the family members of the deceased. Al Mu'min Funeral Services have been supporting families across the UK since 2005. Their professional, experienced and quality service ensures the whole process from release from hospital to burial is taken care of respectfully and efficiently. They also specialise in worldwide repatriations, assisting to take loved ones to Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Iraq or anywhere worldwide. almu'minfunerals.co.uk, your trusted funeral service.
Do you have a family member that's passed away and you would like someone to assist you in legal advice? Kenneth Jones Solicitors has been providing legal services for businesses and individuals since 1986. We specialise in probate, Islamic wills and family law. We also offer services in conveyancing, immigration and personal injury. Contact us today on 01902 745 773 or visit us on our website at kenneth-jones.co.uk.
Betsy's Burgers taste flippin' awesome. Betsy's world-famous burgers are coming soon to Wolverhampton and Wednesfield. Prepare for sizzling hot smash burgers, bubbling mac and cheese, and sensational sides. Betsy's is home to undefeated, crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside fries. Dunk your Betsy's burger in a lava-hot melted cheese and get a load of our loaded fries and mouth-watering cheese-filled onion rings. The king is dead. Long live the queen. Betsy's Burgers, coming flippin' soon.
Eurofit Auto Centres, the West Midlands' leading independent auto centre, celebrating 18 years of service. All services, MOT and repairs, with a free collection and drop-off service within Wolverhampton. Book online today at eurofitautocentres.co.uk or call us on 01902 40 40 45 and we'll direct you to your nearest branch. The experts making vehicle repairs simple.
Are you in receipt of benefits and looking for cavity wall or underfloor insulation? Did you know, with Northern Gas Heating, you could get a free boiler with the insulation measure of your choice? Call 0800 083 1000 or go to northerngasheating.com to see if you're eligible. It's a quick and easy assessment. Northern Gas Heating, celebrating over 20 years in the industry. We're proud to be the UK's local central heating company.
Feeling peckish? Treat your taste buds with a range of delicious snacks and flavours of the Far East from Indus. Why not try our range of roasted nuts, dried fruit, Bombay mix and flavoured snacks? Indus by AIB Foods. Available in your local supermarkets and varied retailers. Indus, the world's finest foods.
Khan Builders offer a full range of building services, from major rebuilds to small projects, home improvements, kitchen fitting, plastering, bathroom fitting, extensions and much more. We pride ourselves on providing a professional, caring and high quality service and always meet our customers' needs. Contact Khan Builders today on 07813 950 265 for a free quotation from Khan Builders.
Pack Continental, your local best halal supermarket in Wolverhampton. Established for over 20 years, we pride ourselves on our fresh vegetables and fresh fruit. We have a variety of spices and lentils. We're also an award-winning Halal Butcher of the Year for 2 consecutive years. We supply excellent quality meat and poultry delivered fresh daily to our store. Visit us today at 1-3 Hunter Street, Wolverhampton, WV6 0QZ, or call 01902 717 792. Open 9am till 8pm Monday to Saturday and 10am till 6pm on Sundays.
Do you need planning permission and don't know where to start? Whether you're planning on extending your family home or building a new one, Footprint Design Architects are here for you. With a broad range of experience in residential, commercial and industrial architecture, we pride ourselves in offering a unique, tailored service for all our clients. For more information, visit our website www.footprintdesign.net or contact us at info@footprintdesign.net.
Ramadan's blessed days are the perfect opportunity to reach out to suffering families in the Ummah with our charity. You can do so by donating to one of Ummah Welfare Trust's many projects which are helping our brothers and sisters in Africa, Asia and the Middle East. In these difficult days, charity is one of the best ways to earn Allah's pleasure and protection. To give yours, call 0800 4 0800 11 or visit uwt.org.
This is Ramadan Radio, your local voice, your local Muslim radio. Go to RamadanRadioWolves.com and donate to your local mosque.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to Ramadan Radio on the Loose Sisters show. Joining me on the panel, if you missed the first segment, is Khalid Akhtar and Iram Iqbal as well. Now, coming up, we have going to be continuing with Britain Loves Cake. And then we've got Asian Music Radio, and we'll be talking about a special campaign that's coming up as well. And women in IT as well. So we've got some good subject matter there. And please do make sure that you let us know what you think about everything we are talking about by joining our social media pages, giving us a call on 01902 972 150 or texting in on 07 440 420 432. Right, we were talking about Britain Loves Cakes, weren't we? And we were just saying over quarantine that it'd become a trend, and our lovely Khalid actually baked some cake as well, surprisingly. Will you keep baking though?
I don't know. If I'm really bored, I would. You know, if I had all the ingredients in front of me, yes, I would, maybe.
Iram, you're not much of a baker, are you?
No, I've passed it on to the kids now.
Oh, have you? All right, okay. Burden the duties onto the children. Put your feet up, Iram, why don't you?
Just a random question to you. I was doing an article last week on one of the radio stations.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Who's this?
Alvina, assalamu alaikum, Mrs.
Wa alaikum salam. Hi, Uzma. How you doing?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So come on. I know Khalid's always, bigging you up about your cakes and stuff and your business. So why don't you let our listeners know exactly what you do?
Oh, okay. Well, assalamu alaikum to Carl and Iram, is it?
Yes, it is.
The other lady who's there?
Uh-huh.
Well, sisters. Well, I have to say, firstly, before Khalid bigs me up anymore, I have to say that I tried his millionaire shortbread that he sent to ours.
Oh,
and
wow.
I have to say, it's probably the best millionaire shortbread I would ever have.
Oh, my God. He's going to take over, Uzma. You know that, don't you?
Well, I was going to say to him, if you make it, and I'll sell it.
Yes.
I'll pay you later.
No, it really was, Carl.
So, Uzma, when did you start then?
Oh, so I started when my kids were still little and, now they're teenagers. So that was back in 2012. My journey began. I mean, I've always baked for my family. And my sister-in-law has always got a lovely story to say that when they came from my rishta, I baked them a cake and that kind of sealed the deal. I mean, you can ask Carl. I can't remember if Carl was there or not. But my sister-in-law was definitely there and she remembers that cake, and I was like, okay, I'm sat nervous that you don't really remember that much. But yeah, she told me that recently and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe someone remembered that, and I'd made a cake and it went down really well, of course.
Excellent. Now, I've seen your Instagram page. Can you let people know what it's called so that they can have a look and see sort of the lovely...
So my Instagram page and my Facebook page is called Creme Della Cakes. That's on my Facebook. Unfortunately, creme de la cakes was taken on Instagram, so I had to just go with creme de la cake back then. So it's kind of a bit of a difference, but it's still creme de la cake.
Right. Okay. Now, I know you've been baking throughout the pandemic as well. Now,
Yes.
the sales, obviously, in most of the supermarkets, especially for people who are baking, the goods had soured. Did that have an impact on your productivity?
No,
getting the
absolutely
ingredients?
not. I mean, in terms of going up, yes, definitely. But instead of it didn't have an impact as in that the sales went down. A lot of businesses like mine who were already running decided not to sort of sell cakes or bake cakes. But I decided that I'm going to carry on and do like a no contact pickups, and so people can just come in. I'll put all the stuff outside and then they take it, so that way everyone had a time slot and they came in. But I will have to say it really did have a good impact, a very positive impact on my business. Unfortunately, not all over the world it had the same effect.
I was going to say as well, dessert shops are popping up now, just like food takeaway, places and stuff. Are you facing any competition with these dessert shops and parlours?
Dessert shops have their own sort of like niches. They have like waffles and ice creams and hot drinks, and people want to go and sit there and eat. So that doesn't really impact on our business as such. But there is a lot of impact on my business, as in like new bakers, home bakers coming along.
Like Khalid.
They're not registered. They haven't got the overhead, so they can sell cheaper cakes. I unfortunately can't do that. My overheads are huge. I have to pay for my website. I have to pay for sort of advertising. I have to pay for it's just, you'll be surprised. I mean, for a cake maker, there's so much overheads, but that is for every business, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So that is being a bit of a competition, and that sort of does get us bakers down, and we do talk, to each other. There's a huge community which are very supportive of each other. So which I can't say highly about that. There's a community that love each other. It's not all about competition. But yeah, that's what's impacting my business. But alhamdulillah, still do well, because I have built myself a reputation, and it's a good one. It's a positive one.
Can I just tell you something about Uzma? She's that dedicated. She's put her own air conditioning unit in the kitchen.
Has she?
Honestly, she spent thousands of pounds, so she's comfortable making the cakes.
Yeah.
And the cakes set well. Is that right, Uzma?
Yes, I did. Because in the summer I need the sort of coolness, and in the winter I need the heat. Because buttercream, I don't know, whoever's worked with buttercream will know that it goes hard really quick. And if you've got a cold room, it's a nightmare to work with.
Oh, wow.
So I have to have the right temperature. So I've had to sort of invest in it.
Oh.
So like I said, overheads are high.
Now, I've seen your page. You do extremely good cakes. I've used your services as well in the past.
You have. Bless you.
And talking about services, I've got a competition coming up, Uzma, so I do want you to carry on staying tuned in and listening. And
Will do.
I hope to have you participating as well.
Okay. No,
It's lovely chatting to you. Guys, panel, do you want to say any last words?
I did want to say as well, I'm due for quite some time to be calling you.
Well, please do.
So
I'm more than happy to hear from everyone that's around.
And-
But
and-
thank you for having me on the show.
No, definitely. It's been and like Alvina mentioned, your cakes are amazing to look at, and I'm looking forward to tasting it soon as well.
Hopefully you get to taste them as well, sister.
Yeah, I just want to say she's just not a baker. She is an artist as well.
Yeah.
Whatever picture you want on your cake, whatever monument you want building on there, any cartoons. I don't know how she does it, but she gets it exactly to
I always
perfection.
aim to do better.
Oh, bless her.
Better than you want.
She's a proper artisan. Is that what they call them?
Artistic, yes.
Yeah.
Artsy-fartsy, whatever.
Right, Uzma, it's fantastic having you on. Stay
Thank
tuned,
you.
and I want you to take part in this competition that I will be revealing very shortly.
Super. Super.
All right,
Brilliant.
take
Thank
care.
you,
Stay
Alvina.
blessed.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay,
Allah
Hafiz. Bye. Right, that was the lovely Uzma there. Great to hear from her, as always. And so, panel, do you think with baking, has it changed the way we cook then? Cook our food?
I think I'm the wrong person to ask that. But I'll leave that one to him to answer.
I think yes, it has definitely shown us how to cook, especially from India, where we cook long hours on the stove. I think it's converted quite a lot of people to do quick, healthy
Yeah.
cooking. So I think baking, because baking is not just about cakes, it's about using that technology again.
And using the right ingredients,
Absolutely.
portions, and
Yes.
things like that.
Yes.
So it's obvious then that Brits have like their cake and they do like eating it as well. It's not just Netflix. So add sweets to the stay at home binge list as well. That's what I would say. So now I was talking about a competition. Now I had this brainwave just listening to the lovely Uzma talking about her cakes and stuff like that. So I was thinking, let's have our very own mouth-watering Ramadan Radio Lou Sisters competition. Right now, I would have discussed that with Rosina if she was here. And do you know what I was going to call it? The competition,
Go on.
the Wolverhampton British Bake Off. Do you think it'll take off?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
High in calories,
Yeah.
higher in
Lovely.
steaks.
Doesn't matter. That's high and
Yeah, so what we could do is this is going out to all the cake bakers, makers out there. So what we want them to do is to bake a cake of their own choice, style and whatever. And we will have our very own Rosina. She can be our bake-off judging queen, Mary Berry. Yeah?
yeah.
And what we'll do is we'll get all these cake makers to bring their cakes to the final finale of Lou's Sisters show party. And we will, whoever's here will have some audiences as well. And we can taste their cakes
Yeah.
and we can choose a winner.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And they
idea.
can win an Indus hamper.
Wow.
Wow.
Not
Amazing.
Do you think we could go for that? Do you think so? Yeah?
Yes.
Shall we
Yes,
put the
definitely.
word out?
Yes, definitely.
And I've seen these Indus hampers. They're just a wow factor. on
They
them.
are, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'm quite looking forward to that now. Right. Let's move on then. Let's talk Asia Music Radio and a campaign that I believe is coming our way. So let's go over to Khalid Akhtar then on Asian Music Radio and the campaign, which we will let people know, but we won't say what it is at the moment. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you're an established radio DJ. Talk us through your journey, first of all, into radio and the music industry.
Well, it all began, I think, 1986 when I started doing discos. I used to do weddings, the birthday scenes. I think I was the only Muslim at that time
Yeah.
doing DJing. So I used to go to Indian weddings, and when they used to ask me my name, Khalid, "Tu Musulmana?" And because I used to speak Punjabi
Yeah.
on the mic, and they couldn't believe it. But yeah, I started from DJing. I left DJing. I moved on to radio.
Okay.
I've done a radio station in Birmingham. Done that for years. I've done the drive time shows, the breakfast shows for them. Then I moved on. I sort of lost the love of music at that time because there was so much rapping coming out, and I just didn't enjoy the music at that time. And I thought to myself, I'm just going to take a break. So I took a very, very long break. I come back to Ramadan Radio.
Yes.
And I've done
Got pulled in.
I got forced to do a show.
Oh, it's forced then.
Alvina was ringing me. Brother Khalid was ringing me. Come on board. So we done prophets as stories of the prophets.
Yes,
the
you
first
did.
year.
Yeah.
Then the second year we done Essential Islam with Fiaz. And I've got to say Fiaz was a big help for me. He's the big stone behind our shows because he's got so much knowledge about Islam. So the second year we were sitting in the room, and I was actually speaking to you, Alvina.
Yes, you were.
And I
yes.
said, I'm thinking of starting my own radio station. and because I didn't like what they play on radio, the music's horrible,
Yeah.
and I wanted my own taste. So I said, I want to do it, but I want to have a spin on there. I want to do it with charity as well.
Yes.
So I don't know if we could talk about charity now.
Yes, of course. We will. I will pop the question over to you in a bit about the.
Years ago,
Mm.
it was lockdown. We were having our garden made, and I
Mm.
thought to myself, this is the ideal opportunity to get some building work done. And I built a studio right at the back
Yeah.
of the garden.
Mm.
Obviously, pandemic, it was the materials were hard to get.
Mm.
Working people, they didn't want to work
Mhm.
because most of them were furloughed. And then trying to get the equipment, because some of the equipment had to come from abroad.
Mm.
I was just waiting ages. And then when it did come, it took me 6 months to put all the metadata of the music onto the computer
Wow.
system. So every song had to go back in, what the name is, who sang it,
Mm.
what film it's from, which group done it. So that was time consuming.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
So it was only until December 2021 that I was actually ready to launch. And then obviously we have to get an app made. So all the apps were made, the online, the website was made. And then we launched on January the 13th, 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Now, like myself and Aaron, we're avid listeners to Asian Music Radio. And I've got to say, I just love your passion for music as well, and the way that you engage the listeners. Because, when you listen to Khalid, there's not 1 minute I will walk away from my phone.
Yes.
Or whatever device I'm listening up. I'm practically glued. If I go to my mom's next door, my phone, and Asian Music Radio comes with me. And my mom just sits there looking at me thinking, oh, God, this girl's never going to change. But anyway, you talked about the concept of the station where you play the best music.
Yeah.
Tell me about the listeners and the dedications and what the thought process was behind that as well.
Well, obviously, there's so many communities around the world. So this is a worldwide radio station. It's just not for Wolverhampton. It's everywhere around the world. So Sikh, Hindu, Muslim, English. You cannot believe how many English listeners are listening to Asian Music Radio. And I have so many messages saying, Khalid, we don't understand the music, but we love it. And we love the banter because we have Shabazz who helps me.
Yes.
I've got my nephews and nieces who have joined, Rosina, Simon.
Yes.
We've had a few presenters coming, and it's all volunteer. We don't make no money. The station is designed not to make any money for myself. The concept is going to be for charity. It's a 24-hour radio station.
Right.
So it's 24 hours a day. It's playing music. We only have one live show, and that's on a Thursday at 7 o'clock. It used to be 3 hours long. We've cut it down to 2 hours because of Ramadan. But yeah, we have so many listeners, so many requests for songs.
Yeah.
We have Pakistan people ringing in, people from Sheffield, Rochdale, Glasgow, London, Bristol. It's picking up slowly, but we need more listeners. So if you are listening in, I could just say, please, please, please download the app, or you could go online and listen to us then, and I'll give you all the details a little bit later on.
Okay. Now, obviously, what made you want to give something back to the local community then?
I'm at that age now that I'm thinking, well, I'm on the other side of life. Looking upwards or downwards, wherever you want to think. And it's time for me to give back to the community. And like I said to you, I was looking at charities for a long while, and I wanted the right charity, something that will benefit the local community and be different religions as well. I just don't want to aim it at Muslim people. So that's where I think you came along.
Yeah, so shall we talk about the charity bit now then? So obviously one of your goals was, like you says, was to help raise money, choose a selected charity. First of all, tell us why you chose the charity you did, and you can name it as well. And also tell us about what your future plans are with them.
Okay. So firstly, I looked far and wide for charities, and I mean, I contacted other charities, but you know what? Some of these charities are so busy they don't come back to you. I'm thinking, I'm trying to help you here. It's something unique, but they didn't. And then all of a sudden, I came across a charity called Secret Angels, and it was on my doorstep. That was the beauty of it. It's on my doorstep, and I'm thinking, well, it's looking at different causes, food banks, cancer research, helping the poor. And I'm saying, why aren't I doing this? So that's where I actually contacted you.
Yes, of course.
And I said, look, Alvina, why don't we work together? And the charity is called Secret Angels.
Right. Okay. So again, Khalid, what you're doing now, which we will sort of let everybody know, is that you're doing a shave for charity, and that's what the campaign is.
That's right. It's not actually shave, but it's pain. It's called it's called Here We Go.
Here we go. I like that.
Here we go. So we picked that name. I think we all had a meeting a
we
few
did.
weeks ago, and we picked the name Here We Go. Shabazz has kindly donated his arm hair.
Shabazz is a wimp. I'm going to say that. Bless him.
Honestly, I'm trying to get him to shave his chest hair as well, because someone's offered me £50
Really?
for him to do his chest hair.
Oh, wow.
But I know it's painful. But I'll be waxing my legs, and at the moment Shabazz will be waxing his arms. And we're trying to raise as much money for Secret Angels as possible. So please, if you're listening, dig deep. Please donate. We've got a limit. We're not going to do nothing unless we hit the £1,000 mark.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's it. I like it because you're very specific with your details here. And just to let our listeners know, so Khalid, you're going to actually be shaving your hair, which you're growing at the moment.
Yeah, I'm growing
your
it,
head
but
hair, shall I say?
I had a phone caller last week saying there's no pain in that. So he's not going to pay me any money for having my hair shaved. So I'm thinking, should I do it or shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Because I want people to really dig deep and put money. And shaving my legs is going to be painful. I've never had it done before.
Yeah.
I've never had waxing done before, so I don't know how it feels.
Right. So are you going to stick with your head hair
What do you
as well?
think? Should I?
It's entirely up to you, really. I suppose the more you have done, the more sort of money we will be rolling in.
I think if we hit the 1,000 mark, and if it goes more, yes.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah,
I think,
okay.
Wise words from Miriam.
Yes. So you're going to be waxing your legs, just to make it clear. And then if we reach the 1,000 mark,
I'll
the
shave
next,
my hair off.
I like the idea of that. I definitely do.
So I've got to start growing my hair now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got my hair does grow quick. This is only 1 week, so.
Oh wow! Well, I only saw you last week, wasn't it? So, yeah. And then Shabazz is going to definitely stick to his arms. There's no way we can persuade him to do his legs.
That lad has got the most hairiest arms in the world, honestly. So it's money worth to see him in pain.
In pain. Oh my God. We're going to have an audience there, aren't we?
Yes.
So it's going to be by appointment only, because obviously due to size and the location and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's going to be like the best listeners of Ramadan Radio.
Yeah, and obviously Asian Music Radio. Yes,
so
of
we'll
course.
invite them. We'll have some family, some friends.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to get some media down there as well.
Brilliant. Yes, that's most needed. So the date that you have set is Friday the 6th of May. It's at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. And again, just target is going to be £1,000. And how can our listeners actually donate then?
So we have a website, www.asianmusicradio.com. If you go to the website, you can actually listen to the show from there. But right at the bottom, there's a tag, Secret Angels, the picture of Secret Angels on there. If you click onto that page, it takes you to the Secret Angels Just Giving page. And there you could click on and say link or put hashtag Here We Go or Asian Music Radio. Either way. We know that it's for charity, and please do donate.
Right. Okay. And also, I've got to say, we are looking for some waxing professionals who and some sponsors and donations as well from our listeners. So please make a contribution and listen to Khalid live on Asian Music Radio every Thursday from 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. at night. But obviously, due to Ramadan, you're on 7 till
9 p.m.
9
p.m. Yeah.
7 till 9 p.m.
I talk about we've had my niece. She's actually said that she'll wax us as well. I don't know how good she's, but if she's bad, it's more pain, isn't it?
It is.
It is. So yeah, we know even if you're.
It's already sounding exciting, to be honest.
Right, we're going to go for a break and we'll be right back.
Are you replacing windows in your home? Here at AK Windows, with over 30 years experience manufacturing and installation, we can provide you with premium and affordable UPVC, aluminium windows and doors, roof lanterns, composite and bifolding doors. We offer a free quotation on all work with our selected range of windows in grey, white and much more. We can also repair window and door locks with glass repairs too. We also supply to the trade. Call today for a free quote on 01902 421 500. AK Windows.
Are you looking for a new challenge? A chance to be your own boss? Becoming a driving instructor is a lot easier than you think. Bespoke training is provided and franchise opportunities with guaranteed results. Or are you looking to get a full driving license? Well, look no further. For a complete package from translated theory classes to driving ability, securing your freedom to the future. Contact us today by calling Ashes Driving School on 07402 362 717. Wolverhampton and surrounding areas. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Learn by taking the right turn.
Mubi Bass Electronics, specialist in car audio and home entertainment. Suppliers of leading brands, Samsung, Sony, and Panasonic. We supply and fit all car audio systems, top brands, Kenwood, Bose, and we're an authorized supplier of Vibe product. Visit our store online at mubibass.co.uk and order today for next day delivery. Mubi Bass Electronics are proud sponsors of Wolverhampton Wanderers FC. Call us today for a free quote on 01902 754 546 and quote Ramadan 20 for 10% off. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Mubi Bass Electronics, specialist in car audio and home entertainment.
Little Dessert Shop, UK's leading dessert franchise, continues to deliver happiness in Wolverhampton. Order from Just Eat, Uber Eats and Deliveroo. Visit us at littledessertshop.co.uk and contact your nearest branch. From all at Little Dessert Shop, we wish you a blessed Ramadan and a happy Eid.
Ready for a new career? Ready to be an engineer? Get ready, get set, get training. Become a qualified domestic gas or electrical engineer with the potential to earn up to 45k by enrolling onto one of our bespoke, accredited, industry-recognised training courses at our purpose-built training centre in Wolverhampton. For more information, visit our website gettraining.com or contact us on 01902 583 941.
It's mega deal time right now at Salsa Grill. Any size pizza, a buy one, get one free, with free medium fries. Any curries with 4 roti, just $6.99. Any single burger meal, just $3.50. Masala fish with fries or a naan, only $4.50. It's all here and much more at Salsa Grill, 27 Broad Street, Wolverhampton. Order on Wolverhampton 312 314 or online through Just Eat, Uber Eats or by searching Salsa Grill Wolverhampton.
Mina Bazaar, one of the UK's biggest collections of Asian bridal wear and fashion. Established for over 25 years, we're now showcasing and taking orders for our brand new catalogue. We have Mina Bazaar's men's bridal wear. We'll be stocking the very best in groom sherwani, fashion kurta and waistcoats. Book an appointment today and get 15% off during Ramadan at Mina Bazaar, 184 Ladypool Road, Birmingham, B12 8JS by calling us on 07970 265 956. Spice up your iftar with traditional spices and flavours from Indus. We go to great lengths to source only the best in Far Eastern flavours, with a wide range of spices, pulses, lentils and essentials for your kitchen cupboards. From our hot chili powder to our range of beans and pulses. Find our range in leading local supermarkets and retailers. Indus, the world's finest foods. Your tyres are essential for safe driving. They're the only link between your vehicle and the road. At Premier Tyres, we proudly stock leading tyre brands such as Goodyear, Michelin, Pirelli and more. We're also your go-to garage for MOTs, servicing, exhausts and all your mechanical needs. With the most affordable prices in town, unmatched quality, knowledgeable and fully qualified mechanics, we will look after your car no matter the make or model. Premier Tyres, Crown Street, WV1 1PX. Call 01902 455 684 or visit premiertyreservices.com.
Every Ramadan, many around the world remain hopeful of your zakat and sadaqah, to see them through their toughest days. That's why your charity not only improves lives, but saves lives. Give hope to millions around the world from your hands, through Muslim Hands. Hope is never lost when we place our trust in Allah. Hold on to hope and help save lives. Visit muslimhands.org.uk today.
This is Ramadan Radio, your local voice, your local Muslim radio. Go to ramadanradiowolves.com and donate to your local mosque.
Welcome back. You're tuned into Ramadan Radio on Loose Sisters. And coming up, we're just going to finalise our discussion with Khalid on the Asian Music Radio and the campaign that he is running. And we've also got Women in IT that's coming up. And if we've got time, we will be talking about news within the papers as well as a gap filler. So just make sure, just to let you know, that you, whatever you think about or hear on the Loose Sisters, you can take part by joining us on our social media pages. Give us a call on 01902 972 150 or drop us a text on 07440 420 432. So let's go back to getting very live and loose as we were. And Khalid was enjoying himself very much there, weren't you?
I didn't know when to stop.
Being on the other side, you quite like that, didn't you?
I quite enjoyed it because there's. I've only got to focus on talking.
That's true. That's true. Right, Khalid. One thing before we mention the campaign and the activity that we have got, what I want to ask you is, you've obviously set a goal for yourself for the radio station, and you want to obviously raise thousands as well. And you've also got a few other things that you want to mention.
Yeah, in the pipeline, I've got some future goals that I want to hit. First of all, we're looking at talent out there, especially from Wolverhampton, because that's local. And I don't expect people to travel far to come to do a radio show. But if there's anybody out there who thinks they've got a love for music, a passion for radio, you know, they want to become a presenter, they're good at talking, you know, raw people, new talent. Because what I want is, I want somebody to join Asian Music Radio and probably end up on, say, Radio 1 or even on the BBC.
Or even on Ramadan Radio.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's my...
Yes.
What I'm trying to inspire to do, trying to get local talent.
Yeah.
We've got loads of gaps in the station at the moment. So if anyone's got some spare and free time, it's got to be absolutely free, because I can't pay nobody, because the motto of the station is to, you know, raise money for charity.
You're non-profit anyway, aren't you?
So everything I pay, electricity, the internet, the running of the radio, I do it from my own pocket. It's to be honest, it's cost me £20,000 to set up the radio station.
I can imagine, yeah.
So I'm not wanting to recoup that back, but I want to recoup that back in money for charity. The other thing I want to do is to do workshops for children.
Yeah.
So if there's youngsters out there who like listening to radio and they fancy a go, on weekends maybe if they want to come down, we could let them do a show them how the system runs, how you could pick music.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it you know, the connection with the culture as well. Because I think that youngsters nowadays, they're moving on towards English music.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a lot of beautiful songs from Punjab, from Bollywood, Naats, Nasheeds. There's loads of different varieties. And you could do your own show without whichever genre of music that you want.
Of course, yes.
So, yeah, we're looking for youngsters. It's going to whatever they pay me for an hour,
Mm.
they'll go back to charity anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So anything, to make money for the station, I'm willing to get new ideas from the listeners as well.
Yeah, I mean, hats off to you, Khalid, because obviously you've chosen Secret Angels as your charity. And to date, I think we've just got over £380, which is a great amount because that's really helped our emergency food parcels.
Yeah.
So we will push on that on our side as well. And Iram, do you want to say anything?
Yep, people can reach out, for Secret Angels, not just on via your radio station link, but we have our social media pages as well. So they can reach out on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. Yeah, and it all the handles, they all are called Secret Angels, and they can just visit the page. They can also view what we have achieved, we've managed to achieve in the last 1 year. It started in Ramadan, and I still remember, we our aim at that point was 40 Ramadan packs.
Yeah.
And we had no clue. We were just, we were already in Ramadan, and these were 40 families which we knew needed that money. It wasn't about, creating some publicity. It was where we knew people needed it. And we just thought, how do we make it happen? And I think it's just the intent, because within a week we managed not just 40. We actually
did
managed
with God's will, didn't we?
Yes. And everybody came together, and that was the beauty of it. And this is why, as Secret Angels, one of the key things that we have as our goal is we want to always reach out to the wider community with no boundaries in any shape or form. And that's why we have done multiple projects. I think almost about, the last count was about
13, 14, yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
And still growing.
13 completed, and about 3 or 4 still in the pipeline. So
that's very good.
Yeah, and this is where we want, and I think, with Asian music coming together, it's a huge boost mutually, because these are good intent about a community which wants to be part of the wider community,
Exactly.
Right.
And I just wanted to say it is the month of Ramadan. It is the month of giving. The charity is zakat applicable as well.
Yes.
So please, I'm begging people now. Please dig deep. You got big pockets. Some of you big hearts as well. If you're listening to me right now, any amount. We're not saying you should do this. Any amount would be better than nothing. So please do donate to Secret Angels, either via my website or the Secret Angels website.
Excellent. Right, let's talk about the campaign that you're doing as well. Just some bullet points for our listeners.
So bullet points are, May the 6th is a big day. Build up now is the first week of Ramadan. Please do donate. The more you donate, maybe we'll get other people involved, Alvina.
Yeah. Don't look at me.
No, the chest is on auction. I think the next option will be the.
Just to let our listeners know, the campaign is called
Here We Go. We're going to be waxing off my legs hair. Shabazz Ahmed, he'll be doing his arm hair. He's a really nice gentleman, Shabazz. We're trying to look to get big companies involved. So he was looking at his workplace.
Yeah.
I had a word with brother Khalid yesterday.
Oh, did you?
He
right.
says he's going to dig deep.
Is he? Oh, my God.
So fingers crossed, if Khalid's listening,
yeah,
we want some sort of contribution from your empire.
Yeah, definitely. I like it, empire. The target is, at the moment?
It's only £1,000. I'm saying only £1,000. So for myself, if I'm going to give my zakat this year, I'm going to donate it to Secret Angels. So I'm hoping that we're going to make more than £1,000, but we're not going to get any single hair removed until we hit that target.
Right, excellent. I like that. And again, they can catch you tomorrow night live?
Tomorrow night, live, 7 p.m. You're going to have loads of fun. We have loads of stories. We interact with people. We play the best music ever. And I mean it. I'm not just saying it because we do play all the latest, and we go back in time, play some Lata Mangeshkar's, Kishore Kumar's, Mukesh, and we play all the latest Punjabi and Hindi songs as well. So, and we have loads of gob shops. So yeah, and Alvina will be joining me tomorrow as
Yes,
well.
I will be. We'll be talking about Secret Angels and the campaign as well. So yes, on a different channel.
That's right.
Target some more listeners. Right, okay, moving on then. Women, as we know, are underrepresented in films where success is believed to require brilliance. Now, women's underrepresentation in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, otherwise known as STEM fields, is a prominent concern in our society and many others as well. Now, the technology industry leads the world in innovation, but it is one of the worst sectors for gender inequality. Now, historically, women have been some of the most innovative and pioneering people in technology. I know one because she's sitting right over there. Yet, there is a serious shortage of women working in tech companies today. Now, panel, shockingly, a staggering low 16% of employees in the tech industry are women. Does this surprise you at all?
I've really not looked into it, so but as I could see, I think women in other sectors are really high up now.
Yeah.
I think so. In every walk of life, you got doctors, you've got nurses, you've got chemists. Loads of women doing that. I think in India maybe there's more IT people, leading in women.
Yes,
maybe.
you're right. Well, we'll go on to India in a bit, and Iram's going to be coming into this. But surprisingly, when I was doing my research, in Britain, there is only 13% of women who aspire to work in the industry compared to 36% of men.
I was about to say yes. It's not a surprise because I'm in the industry, and I do see that lack of that gender inequality is very much prevalent, and there are many reasons. I think one of the key reasons is different life stages that a female has to go through, and the technology. The advancement of technology, so the pace sometimes don't match up, and the reason why brother just mentioned about India, where there are more females in the IT industry than in other countries, one of the key reasons is there the multinationals have run certain targeted campaigns to bring people back, especially women in the industry. And the reason that they identified why they wanted females back is, one, they have a very, the way it's not just about the technical knowledge, it's about the other complementing skill sets that females bring in, stability, long-term thinking, multitasking, all those aspects were far better than, I won't say gendering. It was worth investing that from a multinational point of view. So they invested in bringing them back and then spending, say a month or two to just get them aligned and then get them running. But somehow those campaigns haven't been as what I would say as as result oriented in UK, because I took a career break when I had my second son, second child, and I was working with Microsoft before that. So I took a career break, and then incidentally, Microsoft joined hands with another recruitment firm, and they ran a return to work program, and there were about 10 other people. So including me, there were 11 people who joined that program, but only the success rate was only 2 out of that 10 that could go on and carry on with further initiatives. So I think there is a lot that can be done about it, and I think it's both ways. It's not just the companies. I think it's the other way around. We females sometimes we just take a back. We're too outdated. No, not really. Maybe you may be very good with your development side of things. And again, IT is a very, very vast field, especially nowadays. If an 11-year-old can develop an app, what stops us?
Yeah.
What stops us?
Yeah, I've noticed that my nephews, they know much more about computers than I do. I mean, back when we were at school, there's no computers. We've had to learn the hard way. But now children, as they're growing up, they're looking at iPads, iPhones, all these, Android, technology, and they're much far advanced than we are at the moment. So I think the future is bright. Whether IT pays well compared to other careers, maybe that might be something that puts people off.
Yes, I think that's where the gender inequality, and especially in jobs and pays, it does have some it has some impact on that front. So,
but I'm hoping that female and men are paid the same. Are they? Or
no, not really. To be honest,
see,
it's still not
that's where the
existent.
problem is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So what do you think are the possible reasons then for underrepresentation, and what do you think companies can do to get more women participating?
So one of the things, like I said, where females have taken a break to give them that opportunity, but not just the opportunity, give them the genuine backing and support for them to come into work. So you can't expect somebody who's taken a break for 4 years to be back to where they were in a month's time, where the technology has actually grown
Keeps changing as well,
leaps and
doesn't it?
bounds by 10 years.
Yes.
So, and then also you need to invest. I mean, there's a lot of mental health talk going on. I think there needs to be a genuine investment in that aspect. So if the right support is put in and the right encouragement and right target is set, I think that's something which can be achieved quite easily. And I think it's just I think from us as well, from our family perspective, I think we should also start encouraging, but there's been a bit of, I would say, lack of understanding.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people think, multinationals, no, it's not a no-go. It's not, it's the America, it's a different culture or something like that, So I think those, if you're a doctor, it's not essentially the same thing, So I think that education or that lack of knowledge, like Brother Khalid, you mentioned, you've not been very... you've not been with computers, but nowadays the kids, they are living and breathing out of. So it's like, a small example, I turn around and tell my children, Google wasn't there. I'm from a non-Google. I mean, Google existed just as a search engine, and
we do competitions on our station, and we also always say they've Googled the question.
Yes.
There's no way any human would know the answer unless they're very intellect.
To be honest, my son, he couldn't contemplate a dictionary.
Yeah.
He couldn't understand the concept of opening a book and going by alphabetical order. So I think it's just the awareness from that perspective that in IT, females can have some very, very good careers. So like when the pandemic hit, straight off, you can work from home, which is one of the best aspects of working in IT. Working from home is something, you can easily achieve very comfortably. So you can have a very good work-life balance. And the reason why I wanted to join or be in IT was I always envisaged I'll have an air-conditioned room and a very...
Especially coming from India.
Yes, exactly, a very nice glass door, even if it's an admin job. But that stays true.
Yeah.
That stays true, if you're working in an IT industry, you'll always have a nice workplace, neat workplace. You'll always be, connected to people virtually or in an office. So I think we need to encourage our girls, and if anyone is keen to ask or understand, I'm more than happy to speak to them.
That would be good, yeah. Okay, so obviously we know that change needs to happen in each of these areas that you've talked about, so that girls don't decide at the school age that they can't or they don't want to pursue a career in IT. So you're thinking intervention needs to happen right away.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
And I think one of the initiatives as Secret Angels, what we are doing is from May, we're going to start running some workshops.
Yes.
So we did start the digital inclusion campaign from last year.
And I think that is absolutely amazing, especially the older generation. They don't know
Yes.
how to use computers at all. And what you girls are doing.
It's
hats
quite
off to you.
heart-touching. Sorry to interrupt, but it was quite heart-touching when we went out to that 96-year-old.
Absolutely.
And it's on our social media pages, so please do feel free to have a look at that little story.
That seems to be the biggest achievement I feel personally.
Yeah.
When I saw the smile on her face when she got connected. Yes, it was just...
It just opens up a different life for these people.
Absolutely.
You know,
It does.
especially
it
when
does.
you're housebound. You know, to see other people, look at them, and with Zoom and Facebook, it just it's
Yeah.
a blessing in disguise.
It
So
is.
I think now the next aim or the next vision for me, perspective, especially with the IT part on Secret Angels, is to make children aware, especially the girls at young age, what are the possibilities. And I know to be successful in IT, one of the key things is you have to have a good science and maths background. I'm more than happy to help them, assist them so that we can drive that. So I think that's the long-term goal. But we are starting with our workshops from May, and we will be picking up on topics which can help.
Wouldn't it be nice to see the next female Steve Jobs?
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't it? Especially from the Asian background.
Yeah.
Be lovely to see that.
It will be. Right, let's wrap up on this then. So it seems pretty clear then that there's no one solution to instantly change the number of women in tech. The problem stems from a concoction of ingrained values, knock-on effects, and vicious circles as well. So, however, the positive note is that multiple causes means there can be improvements in multiple ways. Especially in classrooms, in interviews, in cinemas, in boardrooms, and even at poker games, I suppose. But finally, I want to do in other news as well, as most of our listeners will know. Radio Ramadan was featured in the Express and Star on their third launch. This year's feature, many slots will be seen by women doing programs dealing with mental health and well-being, careers, cuisine, culture, and family as well, and more touchy subjects which will be covered in Lou's Sisters show. Tomorrow, please tune in to Sister, where they will be specifically be talking and supporting young ethnic minority females to realise their full potential in the best version of themselves throughout empowerment programs and mentoring services that they do as well. Now, we've provided a platform for women with a voice to ensure their greater presence on radio to promote gender equality in and through the media, and more generally to expand the opportunities for women to express themselves. So catch the full story on our social media pages. And also, another thing I want to touch on is Liam Payne is in the frame to be the next James Bond after the Oscars appearance. What do you guys think?
No,
Step aside,
no,
Craig,
no.
Daniel Craig. No?
I think we need an Asian or a black James Bond. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think so. We need a change, don't we?
Change,
Yeah. Talk about
society's
equality.
Now changing, so we
It could
need
be
to-
a woman.
Yeah, even if, yeah, could be.
Could be. And just to say as well, there's a funeral procession which will pass by the Molyneux as part of a send-off to a much-loved Wolves fan. You might have heard about that, Khalid, where a devoted father, he died at the age of 83. He was known as Balti Bal Bandol, who was a season ticket holder and fan of the club for more than 40 years. He died on March the 22nd after a cardiac arrest. Now, the dedicated supporter was a regular sight for Wolves fans near the subway outside Molyneux. Do you remember this?
I do.
With his
indeed,
Indian food van?
Yes.
Known as Mr. Tikka?
Tikka, yes. I've never tasted it, to be fair, because it's not halal.
All right, guys, what do you think about the diesel shortage as well? Drivers are continuing to search fuel, including me, and the misery that you have to go through to find a petrol station that is open.
You warned me, so I'm I'm being cautious.
Are you going home and putting some petrol in?
I actually went to Asda on Sunday and there was queues and I looked at the price, it was 170 and I thought, that's why they're queuing up for. But no, it wasn't, because it's these idiots rampaging the lorries.
Yes.
And that's why there's fuel shortages.
Causing chaos at the pumps, isn't it?
No.
What are you going to do if you run out of fuel? And like myself, I have to go to work. How am I going to get to work? It's going to take me 1 hour to work, walk to work. I'm not going to do that.
Right. Okay. On that note, I'm going to say thank you to my panel. That's all from Lou's Sisters today. Until next Wednesday, between the hours of 6 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. For now, stay safe, be kind.